Now we're going to cover walkthrough 1, which is tied to exercise 1. Instructions for this exercise are below the video. So the first step of this exercise will be to download some images that we've provided for you. These are also known as assets. So let's go to the URL that we've provided. And let's paste that in. Just hit the download button. You'll get a zip file called assets.zip. Click it and it will unzip. And you'll get this folder. Now you have an images folder with all these files. And these files are image files that will give us our social media icons. We also provided with you a selfie. In the event you don't have one, you can use mine. So let's go to our inclusion folder. And what we're going to do, if you already have a selfie, you don't need to use my selfie, but just going to copy everything else over to that folder. And great job, we've got that done. The next thing we're going to do is open our index file in brackets. So to do that, we have to go in personal website, and we're going to drag this entire folder into brackets. Let's open our brackets. Let's drag personal website into brackets. And you see it's right over here for us. I'll close this out. Now the first thing we want to do is create a header using the header tags right under the opening body tag. So how we do that is right here. We do header. And that's it. We're done. And let's look at what we're creating. This is our final website. So that header tag that we just wrote is equivalent to this right here. So let's save this and let's preview. And notice nothing changes right now. Because we're working towards this final project, the next thing that we want to do is bring the H1 tag into our header tag. So let's copy and paste this, or cut and paste it into header. And great job, we're done. The next thing we want to do is under our H1 tag, we want to create a navigation using the nav tags. And that's it, we're done. And then the next thing we want to do is within our nav tag, create an unordered list. And you guess it, we're going to make a menu with these unordered lists of home and contact. So we're going to add 2 list items. Let's add our 2 list items. Great. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add 2 links in this list item. So we're going to use our A tags. Let's create our A tags first. And one link is going to be called the home, and the next link will be called about. Notice there's a little white angle bracket here. That's because I made a typo. So just be aware of those mistakes as well. Let's delete that. I'm going to call this contact. And then we're going to make links. So home will be linked to index.html. And contact will be linked to contact.html. And this is a page that we'll make in some future lessons. So let's do that. Let's save this, file and save. And now let's preview our files. Home and contact. So look at that, it's very bare bones, but right now notice that at least there are some similarities in terms of the structure of the website. And notice we have our nav and our unordered list and our list and our links within the final website, and we're building that up in HTML. So great job so far. We've created the header part of our website as well as your navigation. Again, take a breather if it was a lot of content. Rewatch this section if you need to do it again, because now we're going to move on to the content part of your website. So below this header tag right here, we're going to use the main tag to wrap our content, which includes the H2 tag, the selfie tag, the paragraph tags here as well. And so the main element will be here. And notice that brackets auto generates a closing tag. We can either delete this or cut it. And notice it turns red already and knows when a tag is missing. And we want to close this out here. So we wrapped all this content in main. And let's just move it over. We can select it all. Command on Mac and Control. And where the curly brackets are, the right curly braces, just hit Command and the right curly braces, and notice it moves everything over to the right. And I hit Command S to save, or Control S on Windows. And then right under main, we want to create a section tag. This right here is going to be a section. So notice I click that little arrow and it collapses it. So this is going to be a section. And let's use some HTML comments to get organized as well. You can make little comments that make sense for you as well. Let's just do this. Navigation. Okay, great. And let's now wrap this content in section tags. So right under the open main, we'll have open in section. And notice when I close my open in section, it generates a close in section tag. We want to delete that. And notice it did it again. So just be careful. That's one of the most common mistakes I've seen. And then let's, right under here, let's close it out here. I hit Command S. Always be saving your code. Notice if you reload, there's no big difference right now. And again, we want to keep this organized. So let's move everything over. So let's hit Command and the right curly angle brackets, and it will move everything to the right. It was Control and the right curly angle brackets on Windows. And notice it's looking organized. I'll delete this comment here and I'll write about section content. Let's make it into a comment as well. You can also highlight the text, hit Command and backslash, and it will automatically write a comment for you around the text. So file, save. Next, we're going to create an additional section tag. So before we do that, again, if you need a breather, do so now. This is a lot of content. So feel free to review it again or ask us for help over Slack or contact us via email as well. So now let's get into our next section tag. This is going to be for our video content. So let's write video content here, video section content. Let's wrap that in HTML comment. Okay, and now let's have some section tags. And the next thing we want to do is have an H2 tag right under the section tag. And we're going to call it my favorite video. Then next we need a video. So we'll go to YouTube. You can pull your favorite video. We've pre-selected this video right here that we'll use. And to embed a video from YouTube, just hit share, hit embed, and then we're going to copy the iframe code right here. and we're going to paste it right under our H2 tag. And we're going to save it, Command S, Control S again. And notice our video pops up right here. But right now, if I do this, notice the video crops. So we want our video to work on every screen size. So we're just going to make a small adjustment. Where it says width, we're going to put 100%. We're going to hit save. And notice automatically, now it stretches to any width that we shrink it to or expand it to. So great job so far there. The next thing that we're going to do is write a quick paragraph about this video under the iframe. So let's write a p tag. And just a quick informative paragraph on what the video is. And we just want to make sure that we give credit to the original content creator. So we can do something like, this video explains the importance of coding. Credit goes to Verizon. And we can link Verizon by doing a href. And notice it auto generates a closing tag. We'll delete this. We'll write this. And let's just get the actual content for this link. So let's click on this. Let's get that URL. Let's paste that URL here. And look at that. We've got a new paragraph. So great job. We finished our 2 sections. Take a look at our final website and our HTML website right now. Notice that it's not nicely designed yet. We don't have any colors, but notice the skeleton is there. It's just very similar in terms of structure. Almost identical without all the fancy designs. And again, if you need a breather, feel free to do so. Feel free to come back to it and review it. Now the next section that we're going to work on is our footer. So notice we started with header, we worked on our content, then we worked on our footer. We're following a logic. So now let's go to our footer. So right below our closing main tag, we're going to create a footer tag. Next, in the footer tag, we'll create an unordered list with 3 list items. So that's 1 item, 2 items, 3 items. Next, we're going to create a link tag that opens in a new window within each list item. So let's do a href. And I'm going to copy and paste. And that's the other cool thing, you can just copy and paste this entire thing. But be careful as well not to have typos if you copy and paste. And now let's save, file and save. Now we see we have 3 bullet points here. But we want these links to open in a new window. So let's Google how we do that. Let's Google link attribute to open in a new window. And notice right here, the attribute is target underscore blank. So a quick Google search gave us the answer we needed. So let's go back here and do target underscore blank. Again here, target underscore blank underscore blank. Okay, great job so far. Now that we've done that, the next thing that we're going to include is images. And so we've provided these images for you. And the first image is going to be Facebook. The next will be Instagram. And the last will be LinkedIn. And again, if we look here, we have Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And if you guess right, we're going to add the actual images for them. So let's look at our images folder, and we've provided these images for you. You can use your own. There's great websites like Icon Finder, where you can find tons of icons for free. Let's put in Facebook, for example. And you see there's tons of free icons that you can use for your own website. Okay, so now we're gonna use the Facebook image here, and if we want an image, which tag do we use? The image tag. That's right. So image, we're gonna do source, images, and Facebook SVG. You may not have seen a .svg image before, but know that it's a scalable vector image, meaning it can work on any screen size. So great, we've got Facebook done. The next thing that we're going to do is add Instagram. So we're going to do image, src. And then we know we want images, and then Instagram. And then we want to close this tag out. And let's just save this and notice what's happening. Let's refresh. Wow, we've got Facebook, Instagram. They're very large right now. And notice they expand. This is what vectors do. They stretch to any screen size and maintain their quality. Then lastly, we're going to add LinkedIn. So image, src, images, LinkedIn. Now let's close that out. Let's save it. Let's refresh. Look at that. We've got LinkedIn. And sometimes if you don't see your changes, make sure to hit the refresh button, Command R or Control R. So now we've got our 3 social media icons. The next thing you want to do is make sure that you link to your profiles. So I'll use our inclusion page here. Make sure to like us on Facebook. Next is our Instagram. And that's www.instagram.com/inclusionorg, and follow us on Instagram. And you can connect with me on my personal LinkedIn here. And that's it. Now let's test to make sure our links will work. So let's try Instagram. Oops, there's an error there. So we actually have to put the full link in. And let's try this now. And let's refresh and test this again. Okay, that works. So that's another bug that you notice. We want to make sure that all our links start with HTTPS followed by the backslashes and www. So let's make sure that Instagram has it, LinkedIn has it, and Facebook has it. So let's make sure our Facebook page has it, our Instagram page has it, and our LinkedIn has it as well. And let's test it now one more time. There we go. So it's small little errors like that, or little bugs that you'll pick up as you become more experienced over time. But that's just a real world test, so you actually saw a bug in real time. And then lastly, so we've got our social media icons now. Let's look at the final page we're working on. What we're missing is our copyright icon, the little icon here, and the copyright paragraph. So let's write this. So we're going to write right below our unordered list, we're going to have a paragraph tag that says copyright your name. And we're going to put your first and last name in span tags. We're going to save it. And there we go. But we're missing our little copyright symbol. So for special characters like that, we can simply Google copyright HTML symbol, and it gives us, Google gives us the answer right here. So you would type &copy and then a semicolon. So I'm just going to copy and paste that right next to copyright. I'll save that and reload this page, Command R. And look at that, we've got our copyright symbol. So now we're very close to wrapping this up. This was a lot of content. So again, please review it. Review each section bit by bit. Pause the video if you need and take a breather, and then come back to your computer with a fresh pair of eyes. Now lastly, what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this entire thing in a div tag. So from the open in body to the close in body tag, we'll wrap in a div tag. And this will make more sense once we dive into CSS. So let's have div right here. And let's do that right here. And let's put some comments just to organize our code. And get in the habit of definitely using comments. And then we can call this social media links. And notice just by adding those comments how much more readable our code has become. So great job so far. This was a lot of content we covered. So make sure you take breathers, and also if you need help, we're in Slack. Review this video a few times as well. It will take time for it to click. So review this video, review all of the HTML units a few times. Again, we're in Slack, or you can reach us via email if you need help. Great job so far. We'll see you in the next lesson.